Hey Army, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share something that's been making waves in the K-pop community and honestly making us all fall in love with BTS even more. We're talking about which BTS member is known for constantly showering staff members with expensive gifts, and trust me, the answer might surprise you if you're new to the fandom. But if you've been ARMY for a while, you probably already know exactly who I'm talking about. So let's dive right into this heartwarming story about generosity, kindness, and why one particular member has earned the title of being truly world-class. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because we're about to uncover some beautiful moments that show the real character behind the superstar persona. Let me start by saying that all BTS members are known for being incredibly kind and respectful to their staff. This is something that staff members, producers, and everyone who works with them have consistently mentioned over the years. However, there's one member who has particularly stood out for his generous gift giving to staff members throughout his entire career, and that member is none other than Jin, the oldest member of BTS. And when I tell you the stories about his generosity, you're going to understand why Korean netizens and media outlets have called him world-class and why he's earned such deep respect from everyone in the industry. The most recent and perhaps most talked about example happened in 2024 when Jin was filming a variety show called Kian's Bizarre B&B on Ulleung Island. On the last day of filming, Jin did something that absolutely blew everyone's mind. He gifted luxurious squid sets to all 110 staff members who worked on the show. Yes, you heard that right, 110 people. Now you might be thinking, okay, that's nice, but let me tell you about these squid sets. These weren't just regular squid from your local grocery store. These were premium semi-dried squid from Ulleung, which is famous for this particular delicacy. Each set was worth approximately 120,000 Korean won, and when you multiply that by 110 staff members, Jin spent around 13,200,000 won, which is over $10,000 of his own money on these gifts. The production company Studio Modak posted photos on their Instagram showing a huge banner from Jin thanking all the staff members for their hard work, along with all the squid gift sets beautifully arranged. They captioned the post calling Jin world-class and expressed how his generous gift brought good vibes to everyone on the final day of filming. They emphasized that he wasn't obligated to do this, nobody asked him to, but he did it because that's just who he is. The staff members were genuinely touched by this gesture, and they made sure to share it publicly so everyone could know how amazing Jin is. What makes this story even better is what Jin himself revealed later on the YouTube show Salon Drip 2. He shared the behind-the-scenes story of buying those gifts, and it's both hilarious and endearing. Jin explained that when he was on Ulleung Island, he wanted to give something special to the staff, so naturally he thought of the island's most famous specialty, which was the squid. He told his manager about his plan to gift good quality squid to all the staff members. Here's where it gets funny. His manager actually tried to dissuade him, hesitantly asking if it was really okay to spend that much money. But Jin was determined to show his appreciation. He went ahead with the purchase, though he admitted he was quite surprised when he saw the receipt and realized just how expensive premium squid actually is. When the host Jang Do-yeon asked if he felt burdened about people knowing about his good deeds, Jin responded with his characteristic humor saying that everyone should know about the good deeds done and joked that since he bought this, it should be widely known. His ability to be generous while maintaining a sense of humor about it is just so uniquely Jin, but here's the thing ARMY, this wasn't a one-time occurrence. This is a pattern of behavior that Jin has shown throughout his entire career with BTS. Let me take you back to when BTS had only debuted a few months earlier. In 2014, when they were filming their American Hustle Life series in the United States, Jin bought ice cream for all the staff members. Think about that for a second. This was when BTS was still a relatively unknown group from a small company, when they weren't making the kind of money they make now, when every expense probably mattered to these young artists. But even then, Jin was thinking about the comfort and happiness of the people working behind the scenes to make their show happen. Fast forward to March 2020, when BTS was celebrating Suga's birthday. The group went out for dinner at a nice restaurant, and not only did they enjoy a meal together, but Jin paid for the entire meal for everyone, including all the staff members who were with them. The receipt showed 878,000 won, which was close to $900. In the video they posted, you can hear Jin hilariously telling everyone to be careful of what they say, suggesting that his members might have talked him into paying after he casually mentioned the idea. But despite his joking protests, he happily covered the bill for everyone. Korean netizens have been particularly vocal about recognizing Jin's character. After the squid gift story went viral, online communities were filled with comments praising him. People pointed out that not everyone can do what Jin does just by having money. They emphasized that his actions show he truly cares about people and that he's genuinely generous and sensible. One comment that really stood out said that Jin is always taking care of the people around him whether we know it or not, and that you cannot do these things just because you have a lot of money, but because you have a genuinely sweet and caring heart. Another netizen mentioned how Jin used to buy good food for the BTS members when they were trainees and even cooked for them, showing that this generosity has always been part of who he is. The staff members themselves have nothing but wonderful things to say about working with Jin. Multiple staff members from different projects have shared that Jin is consistently caring and attentive throughout filming, that he works hard, and that he makes the working environment pleasant for everyone. This reputation has followed him throughout his career, and it's not something that can be faked or maintained just for appearance. This is genuine character that shows through in every interaction. What I find particularly beautiful about Jin's approach to gift giving and generosity is that it's not about showing off or getting recognition. He does it because he genuinely appreciates the hard work that goes into making BTS's projects successful. He understands that behind every performance, every show, every music video, there are dozens or even hundreds of people working tirelessly behind the scenes. These are the people who handle cameras, lighting, sound, props, makeup, styling, coordination, and countless other tasks that most viewers never think about. Jin sees them, values them, and makes sure they feel appreciated. This level of thoughtfulness and generosity is what Korean media means when they call Jin world-class. It's not just about his talent as a performer or his success as an artist. It's about his character as a human being, his ability to remain humble and grateful despite massive fame and success, and his consistent treatment of everyone around him with dignity and appreciation. In an industry that can sometimes be focused solely on the stars in front of the camera, Jin makes sure that everyone who contributes to the final product is recognized and valued. As ARMY, we've always known that Jin has a heart of gold. We see it in how he takes care of his members, how he interacts with fans, and how he approaches his work with dedication and humility. But these stories about his generosity towards staff members give us another layer of understanding about who Jin really is when cameras aren't rolling, when he's not performing, when he's just being himself. And what we see is someone whose kindness is not performative but deeply ingrained in his character. So there you have it, ARMY. The member who consistently gives expensive gifts to staff is Jin, and now you know why he's earned such deep respect not just from fans but from everyone in the industry. His generosity spans from ice cream in their rookie days to premium squid sets worth over $10,000, and everything in between. If this story warmed your heart like it did mine, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments about your favorite Jin moment that shows his kind heart. Until next time, let's all try to be a little more like Jin, appreciating and recognizing the people who work hard around us. Borahi, ARMY.